The shielding of the bunker prevents us from actively tracking them, but their positions should show up on your map. Should our worst fears become realized, please bring back all 3 of the holotapes from the patrols. I've given the order that you be given access to some of the equipment our scouts and you won't be allowed to purchase any prohibited equipment, but hopefully some of...
So, I'm just supposed to find people. Oh, no, it's Nellis Air Force Base.
So, you're the outsider that's been given leave to wander around freely. Desperate times call for desperate measures, I guess. Name's Hardin. I'm the head paladin of this chapter. I don't know what the Elder talked to you about, but I can tell you... Are you willing to listen to what I have?
Sure.
As you may have already heard, this entire base is under a state of lockdown. Most of the chapter has been sealed in here for years, and those few who were outside when the lockdown was initiated are forbidden from returning. Morale has plummeted as time has gone by, and many of our current paladins haven't seen combat outside of training simulations, and all because of the Elder's explicit order that no one be allowed in or out. The only way... I don't know. I've gone through our records dozens of times looking for a precedent regarding the dismissal of an Elder and come up with nothing. The people who are most likely to know how it could be done are also some of McNamara's strongest supporters, so they refuse to help me, which is why we're having this conversation. An outsider such as yourself would arouse... The fact that the Elder has some tasks for you means his faithful won't suspect you, and you have... In short, you're in a perfect position.
Sure.
That'll have to do. I'd recommend going to see Ramos first. You could also try to find something relevant in our data store, though last I heard Scribe Ibsen is having a bit of a problem accessing. And if McNamara should give you any tasks, I'd ask that you kept me abreast of them. Report anything you find to me.
Okay. This might be an easy way to get around having to do this fucking fetch quest. I can do a lesser fetch quest. Okay, so where's Ramos? Where's John Stamos? He's here somewhere. Here, Stamos. Here, Stamos. I got no fucking clue where this guy is. I seen him at one point, but no telling when I'll see him again. Is that him? No. It's just some random jackass. Nobody. Have you seen John Stamos? Yeah. Shit. Just a random person. Fucking bunker. Or not bunker. Barracks. Hear a gun that sounds a lot like the railway rifle. That's where the fuck I came from. Oh wow, there's actually like doors and shit under here. Wasn't expecting that. Illegible. Shit. Building. Standing? Yes! Nice. I'm lost. Where was John Stamos? Is he up here? Yes, he is. There he is.
Your presence here, let's just... Outsiders aren't even allowed to know that our bunker's here. You impressed Elder McNamara, obviously. That's right. Nothing gets in or out of here without me knowing. Normally, that would have fallen under my jurisdiction, but the Elder thought it provided... Under the lockdown, only essential personnel are permitted to enter or leave. That includes all other personnel are forbidden to leave, and any personnel that were out there when the lockdown... So, you've been talking to Hardin, eh? He's been looking for a way to usurp McNamara ever since the lockdown started. Don't get me wrong, he's a good man. But Elder McNamara has done all right by us. If it weren't for him, none of us would have survived at Helios. I'll tell you what I told Hardin. There have been only a few cases of elders being dismissed from their posts in the Brotherhood's history. And those involve crimes that someone like Elder McNamara is just not capable of. You can look it up for yourself if you want. I'll grant you access to that portion of the history section of our data store. See Senior... I'm sure someone's told you all this before. Several years back, we were running our chapter out the Helios 1 solar power station. Our elder at the time, Elijah, had some kind of obsession with the place, which is the only reason we stayed as long as we did. That place was hardly defensible, and we knew the NCR was moving in on us, but the elder refused to budge, insisting that he just needed more. We never found out what he needed time for. Wave upon wave of NCR troopers hit us from all directions. We held out for a time, but we were grossly outnumbered, and they had more men than we had ammo. Eventually, our positions collapsed. Elder Elijah was nowhere to be found, so McNamara took charge and led what remained of us on a counteroffensive west. We lost a lot of men and women, but we broke through and made it here. Make no mistake, McNamara saved this chapter that day. Who was Elijah, more like? He was our elder before McNamara. Bright guy, but just between you and me, he was a little off. Our mission is to recover and preserve the technology of the past, but Elijah wanted more. He sought ways to improve. When we found Helios 1, he was like a kid in a candy store, kept talking about the potential. He even insisted we set up our base there, against the objection of nearly every paladin. What?
Okay, yeah, time to go. Fuck you. Enough history lesson. God. Just kept yak, motherfucking yak. Okay, so I need to go to Ibsen now. Wherever the hell Ibsen is. I know he's in that room with all the computers, but I don't remember how to get back to that room with all the computers. It's the bathroom. I believe it was an L2. Pretty sure. Wouldn't swear to it, but I'm pretty sure it was L2. If I can find where the fuck the way to L2 is. Ah! Why is this place so big and confusing?
All this traveling's making me thirsty.
Is this L2? No. This is the way I fucking came in. Fuck! I hate this place. Haven't even been here that long and I hate it. Oh, there it is. That's the door. Oh, thank God. Yep, here we go. Are you Ibsen? There's Ibsen. Let's get a quick save in.
Look, this isn't a great time. Oh, what the hell? It's not like we're making any progress. I'm Ibsen. Yeah, I'm in charge of keeping this data system up and running, but accessing... One of our exploratory patrols, back when we had exploratory patrols, found a data disk in some ruins out in the waste. Well, we finally got around to cataloging the damn thing and got shut out of our own data store the second it loaded. Turns out it had a virus on it.
Oh, it was porn.
Yeah, some pre-war jackass with too much time on his hands apparently decided to inflict his misery on those around him. It's scrambling all the terminals here at the moment. Luckily, we only use this section for storing historical data. I suppose it couldn't hurt to get another pair of eyes on this. Maybe you'll be able... While the entire system is infected, the virus itself is spread across 3 terminals. We'll have it nailed down in a terminal or 2, only to have it jump to another set of terminals before we locate the 3rd. What? No, that's brilliant. It would let us see a portion of the virus to a particular terminal, even when the other parts move. You'll need to locate it on 3 different terminals in this area in 1 minute. Any longer and it'll jump, and you'll have to start all over. Locating the virus would probably be nearly impossible, but the pompous little bastard that wrote it made things a little easier for us. Normally, terminals infected by the virus just display gibberish, but we found that terminals the virus moved to had some real data passed to them. We were able to decrypt the data and discovered that it was just messages from the virus's writer taunting his victims. When you find terminals with those messages, lock them down and move on. Find 3 of them before the virus jumps.
Okay.
Best of luck to you. To maximize your chances, wait for my signal before you begin.
Oh, yes! Level up. Science. Can I get to 90? Oh, I'm just short. I'm gonna have to level again. Fuck.